This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. The March crime surge continues as the country's latest homicide occurring just after midnight this morning in the Coleman Lane area, claiming the life of a man believed to be in his mid-20s. Police Superintendent Audley Peters shares details on this incident.
Shortly after 12 midnight, police were called to Coleman Lane off East Street as a result of sounds of gunshot wounds coming via the shot spotter technology. On the arrival of the first responding officers, they were directed to a porch where they found a male unresponsive, or rather suffering from gunshot wounds. The emergency medical services were summoned, and following their assessment, that male was pronounced lifeless. Our initial investigations revealed that the male was on the porch when he was approached by a lone gunman who discharged a firearm, fatally wounding him.
Now, Superintendent Peters would have indicated that police were able to quickly respond to this particular incident as a result of the shot spotter technology still being brought on stream by the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
And the shot spotter doesn't assist with the identification of a suspect. What it does is give us a real-time location and a quicker response as to where to go to the area, and so it has enhanced our response time to matters of firearms being used in the community that the technology is located in.
As police grapple with the recent spate of violent crimes over the past month, Superintendent Peters again asked the public to get involved in assisting police in bringing these matters to a close. Some good news on the health front, which is also good news for the country's #1 industry, tourism. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, or the CDC, has reduced the Bahamas travel advisory from a level 3 to a level 2. The Ministry of Health and Wellness announcing that the CDC de-escalated the COVID-19 travel risk advisory, which comes just 2 weeks after the CDC reduced the rating from a level 4 to a level 3 on March 10th. The level 2 rating advises international travelers to be up to date with their COVID vaccines before traveling. It also recommends that unvaccinated travelers who are at risk for severe illness from COVID-19 should avoid non-essential travel. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville, commenting on the de-escalation, says compliance is key to attaining this type of success, adding that we hold all the keys to our success. The minister reiterating that free testing is available for anyone who wishes to know their COVID-19 status, and getting vaccinated remains scientifically proven the best way of protecting ourselves and our loved ones. The announcement by the CDC came via advisement from CARFA, the Caribbean Public Health Agency, today. A formal announcement of the de-escalation in travel risks to the Bahamas will be posted on the CDC's website and social media sites on Monday, March 28th. Meantime, the Bahamas recording one COVID-19 related death, the 73-year-old female of Grand Bahama. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reporting that the COVID victim died as a result of the virus on March 7th. This unfortunate death pushes the COVID death toll to 788. 35 deaths remain under investigation. Meantime, health officials in their latest COVID data indicating that 68 cases are active in country. 4 individuals were confirmed with the virus on Wednesday following testing. 3 of those cases on New Providence, 2 of them with a history of travel. 1 case on Grand Bahama. Total confirmed cases in the Bahamas now at 33,242. 6 COVID patients in hospital, 1 of them in intensive care. 2 people were reported recovered from the virus on Wednesday. After hearing, seeing, and in many cases living through horrific experience of hurricanes, tornadoes, or the subsequent flooding by storm surge, many Bahamians are taking it upon themselves to do all they can to be better prepared in the event of another catastrophic hurricane like Dorian or Matthew. On Monday at Chapel on the Hill on the Tonic-Williams-Darling Highway, more than 50 members of the Blue Hill Estates Homeowners Association took part in training for the Basic Community Emergency Response Team conducted by the National Emergency Management Agency, or NEMA. Shahira Adderley, president of the Blue Hills Homeowners Association, says although they live on some of the highest points on the island, they want to be prepared to help others if the need arises.
With another hurricane season fast approaching and clear evidence that weather systems are becoming stronger and more unpredictable, in addition to unforeseen man-made disasters, the National Emergency Management Agency, or NEMA, and its partner agencies have begun the Community Emergency Response Team, or CERT, training. The first training session for 2022 began on Monday at the Chapel of the Hill with the Blue Hills Estate Homeowners Association with over 50 participants. Director of NEMA, Captain Stephen Russell, officially opened the training session and gave a brief update on the success of the program in recent years.
The program is a 20-hour commitment. It educates volunteers about disaster preparedness for hazards that are most likely to occur here in the Bahamas and promotes the basic disaster response skills, developments such as fire and safety, light search and rescue, team organization, and disaster medical operations. The aim of the search program is to sensitize you of the hazards that can impact your community. And we're aiming to ensure that as individuals and collectively, we can assist our households and our neighborhoods and communities in general in preparing for and responding to emergencies and disasters.
According to Captain Russell, over the past 7 years, the Community Emergency Response Team training program has certified more than 400 people around the country. Although the hurricane season is fast approaching, Captain Russell reminded that there are other threats and disasters we must prepare for, including those that are man-made.
Other hurricanes, which are some of our major ones, we are mindful of severe weather systems resulting in floods, extensive floods throughout the Bahamas in certain areas. Boating mishaps, we've often had migrant vessels coming out of Haiti and they're either running aground or they're colliding with our freight boats and in disasters in some of our communities. Aircraft mishaps, and in the past we've seen where we had aircraft mishaps, whether aircraft landing or taking off. We are susceptible to oil spills and more recently tornadoes. So these are some of the key hazards that we have been preparing to respond to anywhere in the Bahamian archipelago.
Captain Russell says history and experience with previous hurricanes have shown NEMA that those who are better prepared usually fare better than those who are not.
Members of NEMA, we went into the areas of the Marshall Road and others after Hurricane Matthew. And we heard the stories of people using life rafts in their homes, and they were able to somehow assist with rescuing their family members and neighbors. This is what we're trying to do with these CERT programs. We're trying to get neighborhoods to come together to help one another. You know your neighbors. You know where the vulnerable folks are, those with disabilities, you know where the kids are. We need you to be able to start the process of helping them get out and get to their shelters. That's what we're trying to accomplish through the CERT program, a community helping one another prior to, during, and in the aftermath of disaster. But communities that are prepared prior to, during, and the aftermath of disaster, they are the ones who are most likely to survive, become more resilient in their bouncing back in the aftermath of disaster.
If your neighborhood watch or community group is interested in taking the Community Emergency Response Team training course, contact NEMA at their Gladstone Road headquarters to make arrangements. Jireno Saunders, Jcn News.
Director of NEMA, Captain Stephen Russell, says experience from past hurricanes have shown that those who are better prepared usually fare better during and after the hurricane, along with its partners, Urban Renewal and the National Neighborhood Watch. Captain Russell says NEMA plans to have certified community teams in every corner of the country with a variety of emergency management training courses. Captain Russell says when multiple islands are impacted, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, Royal Bahamas Police Force, and emergency medical services can be spread thin. That said, he adds that the more a community is able to help itself until help arrives, the better. If your community group or neighborhood watch association is interested in taking the Community Emergency Response Team training course, contact NEMA at their Gladstone Road headquarters to make arrangements. Well, that does it for news this evening. Once again, I'm Leah Cooper, and from all of us here at JCN News, have a wonderful evening, everyone.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.